Another guy whose company is all about being innovative and smart and forward-thinking is, Pat Hightower with the DuPont company.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to visiting with you two guys.
Now, how long have you been with DuPont?
Well, this is my, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. This is actually my 25th year to work the show here.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing because you really have seen trends come and go, right?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I would have thought I'd been promoted by now, but they keep sending me back.
Yeah. So how have trends and wants and wishes and just the whole home building movement, how have those things changed?
Well, you saw back in the probably late 80s, early 90s it being about functionality, and then we saw the fashion craze really come in the mid-90s to the 2000s where designers were making selections based off of aesthetics and looks, and now we're seeing that move back toward functionality, back towards sustainability. We talked about green the other day, so it's really kind of nice because it's about educated products that actually perform for what the consumer wants today in their home. Like they want floors that perform to their expectations. They want appliances to perform to their expectations, and it's not about buying something that may have resale value on speculation.
It's about now because, hey, we're living in our homes right now, right?
Absolutely.
With the way things are going.
Hey, Pat and I were talking the other night at the Martha Stewart KB home, and what really fascinated me was how you were talking about harvesting, for example, natural stone products
right.
versus some of the products that you guys feature with your brand. Talk a little bit about that.
When we have some samples of your product. What is this product, and how does it differ from some of the other so-called green products? What is this?
Sure. Well, so when you talk about green products, we talked a little bit, there's an umbrella, but so I'd rather just kind of talk about sustainability and products that can last for an extended period of time, products that you don't have to replace, because replacement is expensive on the consumer, so having products that doesn't require maintenance. So one of the beautiful things about all the DuPont surfacing products like Corian and Zodiac is that they're non-porous. So you don't have to seal them. There's no maintenance that's really needed. And what minimal maintenance is that you may need to do, the consumer can do. We were laughing because we actually have a former fabricator here on the radio show.
Yeah, I spent some time with Corian, and I used to sell it. I was telling Pat.
Oh, really?
You would draw a pencil mark on it or put a little scratch in it, and then you could take a piece of sandpaper and sand it out, and it looks perfect and completely refreshed. So, I mean, this is sort of what we were speaking of before.
So I've got to get my pitch in. If you go to Corian Home on Facebook, we actually have some use and care stuff we've done in the booth, showing people how to take permanent markers in case one of your 3 kids have signed their name on their Corian countertop. We can, and you find it the next day, or red wine from a party the night before. You can find out how to get that off without a lot of work.
That's right.
But going back to sustainability, one of the products that was in the Martha Stewart KB home was a product called Zodiac, which is the color they selected was licorice. There's great photography out there, but the neat thing about that is that particular was from our Terra collection, which has 25% post-consumer material in it. So we're seeing us take materials that have been used, that have had a life before, and we renew them. We give them new life into new products. And Zodiac, of course, has a 10-year warranty and is going to be a non-porous product with no maintenance. So it's a great product for them to use. And then we also have other products that cuts down on some elbow grease in the bathrooms with our Corian shower walls. So products that are a lot easier to clean for the consumer. You don't need hot water, so you don't have to pay for energy to heat up water to clean shower or clean bathrooms. You can use just regular tap water, so stuff like that. So you got to think about what's the cost of building the home, but then also what is the cost to the consumer to maintain that product over a 50-year life of the home.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Pat, as we're now still in the new year, what are you at DuPont predicting that homeowners want, regardless of income? Just what are we wanting in our lifestyle to just make sense, and how are you accommodating that wish?
Right. So you really have to take a look, because we all want different things. I call them the kids that are 35 and under. They're about establishing their own space, and so they're just now getting out of the apartments and they're buying. So they really want the cool aesthetics, but that also are environmentally friendly, that have sustainable attributes. And then you got the guys like me that are somewhere in between the 35 and the 65.
I was going to say 25.
Thank you. Yeah. Of course, good thing we're on radio.
You started at DuPont at the age of 1.
Yeah, good thing we're on radio and not TV. Otherwise, everybody would be laughing. But so we're still trying to get our kids through college. We're still trying to save for our retirement, and so we're kind of buckling down, working harder than we've ever had, trying to eliminate stress in our homes.
So it's about us feeling pampered a little bit, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then for folks like our parents, it's about ease of maintenance. So what products can I put in my home that is going to be easy for me to maintain and really be a risk-free choice from a warranty standpoint? Products like Whirlpool appliances or Verve lighting, or things that have good warranty, that have quality brands that are going to stand behind it. So if there is a problem, they know somebody's going to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. You know, when we were at the KB Green Home, what was kind of cool, and I think, Eric, you'd agree that it's now going to come down to the point where a house is going to be like a car. Instead of miles per gallon, it's going to say efficiency per whatever. And do you see that as something that homeowners want to have? So it's like, okay, prove it.
Yeah.
This is really a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going to happen over time is it's about what can you afford and what can you invest and what kind of return off that investment can you get from putting in the houses. But as technology gets better, as technology becomes more affordable, as products get better, and as quality becomes more affordable, the price of the home goes lower, so more people have access to that. So it's really kind of cool. So by the year 2020 or 2520, hopefully we can eliminate some of our need of petroleum products, and not only will it move from petroleum, but it'll move to natural gas or geothermal, which we didn't get a chance to talk about earlier. But geothermal is something for some really larger products where they can pull some really efficient energy.
Yeah, you know it's great too. The other thing we were talking about, you look at an automobile, you see the miles per gallon sticker, and then with your monitoring system over at Verve and the technologies that you guys are creating, you know, now the incentive to buy a home would be what that sticker says in terms of energy efficiency. And as we sort of get our minds wrapped around the idea of that this makes a quality home, I think everybody's going to be on the same page.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about a little bit with solar is that one of the strides that will be made in solar in the next probably 3 to 5 years is improved aesthetics. So now that solar is becoming functional and affordable, now we'll improve the aesthetics on the roof, and that's pretty exciting too.
Right. Very exciting. How is it that folks can get a hold of you and find out more about all the things?
Yeah, so I would ask social media. Let's celebrate that and go to Facebook and find us at Corian Home.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Pat Hightower, and again, thank you, Diane Pisark with Verve. You guys rock. This is Home Wizards, and we're here on KFWB News Talk 980.